In this video, we are going to talk about what is RPA, Robotic Process Automation. Let's understand what exactly RPA is all about. How exactly is it different from your usual automation which is prevalent in the market, like VBA, a lot of people are using SQL and Access. So what is the difference in terms of technology? There are certain codings like Python, .NET which can be done at the back end and the automation can be achieved. Then why RPA? Why everybody is going crazy about RPA? What's the difference? So first thing which is very important to understand is your RPA works at GUI, that is your graphical user interface. So what exactly happens that whatever your user is working on your desktop or on any screen or application on the screen level, through RPA at GUI level interface, everything can be mimicked, everything can be copied and the program can be created. So that's one of the major feature of RPA. If you look at the other programming, or if you look at the other technology like VBA or other coding which is being used in the market, it is more of API based. So code has to be done and code has to be created at the back end, and all the changes would happen at the back end, which becomes more time consuming and also becomes more hectic because of a lot of coding intervention required in the programming. So just because of the ease of applicability, RPA is getting a lot of attention from all the industries. Whether you talk about IT industry, you talk about HR, you talk about finance, you talk about procurement, everything, every other process which are easy to automate becomes a potential candidate for RPA. So, and when you talk about GUI-based tasks, the GUI-based tasks can handle the automation which are very easy to automate. For example, if the process is very repetitive in nature, and if your process is a high volume, and there are certain routine activity which has to be carried out at certain point of time or at certain interval or period of time, then it becomes a potential candidate for RPA. So yes, RPA plays a key role in terms of automating this process. So if I say robotic process automation, I'm not referring to any manual robot sitting on your desktop or on your system or at your workstation working for you. What I'm trying to say, that a programming would be done at the GUI, graphical user interface, using a small set of parameters and any problem. So now if I talk about the market insight, or if I talk about how exactly industry is reacting to RPA. So according to the study or paper published in the market, it says that 15% of respondents say the capacity of operation has been increased due to RPA. Whereas 85% of candidates says, RPA needs still a lot of maturity to give any good opinion about it. So this is a good sample I'm talking about. So 15%, yes, they agree that the operational efficiencies can be increased, but the rest of 85% says, a lot of work is required in terms of RPA. We will get into the technical nitty and gritties of it. What kind of industry are more favorable for RPA? What kind of industry are getting more need more kind of maturity for RPA? We'll get into it in next video. But now let's discuss at the various insights which we have obtained from the market research. Now 70% of respondents says that their productivity has been exceeded or met with implementing RPA, and just 30% says that they haven't seen any productivity from RPA. Their manual activity was good. Against this is more of a sample study which has been conducted. This is a research which has been conducted by some of the prestigious organizations in the RPA field. So if not 70-30, it could be 18-20, but the fluctuation in percentage or margin of percentage would remain the same. There is one segment of society, that is 50% of industry market standard says, there has been a cost reduction through RPA. Other 50% would say, no, RPA is more of a cost intrusive. It has taken a cost rather than giving a cost reduction. So it's 50-50 ratio on those who have already implemented RPA. If I talk about that sample, 70-80% people say they are going to invest more heavily on the RPA in the subsequent years. Whereas on the flip side, 20% of those who have implemented RPA, they say they would better like to continue with their manual work until the RPA industry is getting to a maturity where the return are easy to get in after once the investment has been done. And these 22%, they are not looking to implement RPA in the near future. So there is a lot of confusion if you talk about implementing RPA in your market. So guys, it's become very difficult for a consultant to understand how exactly, how should he look at the process. Is it a potential candidate for RPA? Because that makes a critical differentiator. If you understand, is it a right candidate to automate, or is it something which can be automated? Because if it is something which can automate, it is definitely going to yield a benefit from implementing RPA. But if it is something which cannot be automated, a lot of effort is going to waste on the implementing RPA, and the result is going to be zero. So it has to be there has to be a very smart deployment plan, and a proper due diligence is required while implementing RPA. So guys, as I told you in my last video, the purpose of the online videos on RPA consulting is to help you guys. How would you identify a potential candidate? What kind of parameters are important while you are doing due diligence? What kind of data you're looking at? What should your deployment plan look like? What is the governance around RPA? What could be a risk, and how can a mitigation plan be in place while implementing RPA? What kind of technology we can choose, or tools we can choose while implementing RPA? So that is my objective. I'm going to help you through my videos. Stay tuned on my videos. And if you like my videos, please hit like.